kind of free. We're still the kids we used to be.
What is the deal, beautiful people? My name is Ramon. This is Lifestyles Defined. And on this channel, we talk about photography all day, every day. Today's topic is Instagram and why I still use Instagram. Now, this is a very interesting, very polarizing topic because Instagram is by far, I think, still the place to grow or to be discovered because it has the most exposure. And I think a lot of people means that a lot of people think that means you should now become an Instagrammer. No, in fact, I like to segregate the two. There's a difference between an Instagrammer and a photographer who uses Instagram. I like to lean more towards a photographer who uses Instagram. And there's a lot about Instagram that's complicated, that's annoying, that's just time consuming. There's a lot about figuring out the algorithms. There's a lot about figuring out the best time of day to post, the best tags to use, researching your tags and going out there and commenting on other people's pictures with the Gary Vaynerchuk 120 rule or whatever it was. People running bots. There's so much and just raw networking about Instagram that really makes it this black hole. And why that's so dangerous to me is because the reason you got on Instagram can become lost. Now, I am not against anyone who's in it to be Insta famous, but that never was my goal. In fact, I stepped up my Instagram presence after I discovered the documentary of Vivian Myers. And for me, I put so much of my time and energy into photography. I never want to be that person who dies and then someone discovers my work and I'm not around to enjoy that. Like, that to me is terrifying. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I put way too much work in for that shit to happen. So for me, Instagram is about putting my work out there and opening myself for feedback. And that's also a double-edged sword, right? Instagram, that putting yourself out there is something that has built up confidence in me as a photographer. And I think Instagram is the place to do that because if your shit sucks, people will say it sucks. If your work is dope, people will say your work is dope and they will come. May take some time, but they will come. So, that fear of someone never seeing the amount of effort and time and passion that I put in is very real for me. And I don't want to say that I'm out here attention seeking. It's just nice to be recognized for your passion and your efforts, rewarded, so to speak. Then there comes down to the portfolio. So I'm still a bit all over the place with who I am as a photographer. Street photography is my darling. I've become quite good at portrait photography. I do a lot of engagement shoots. I can do that. I don't know. I'm playing around with the idea of doing some weddings. I don't think I'm quite there yet in terms of the gear and the structure of a business to handle that. Plus, I don't think I have the time to do that. Landscape's not so much my thing, but my portfolio is kind of all over the place. And my website, I'll leave it in the comment section down below. When you go there, there's a heavy focus on portraits and client portraits. And I think that's okay. That's where my website should be. But there's also, my other genres is street stuff. There's architectural, landscape stuff. All that stuff is there. Macro, product, it's all there. But when it comes to my portfolio, my website, you know how that goes. You've got to pick the best of the best. And even today, I still feel like I have way too many images in each section. But I got to work on narrowing it down. Give me some time, guys. I'll get it down. But because I'm forced to scrutinize my work and pick the best of the best and only display it on my portfolio, I don't want to feel like the rest is gone to waste. As a photographer, you take some terrible shots, you take some mediocre shots, you take some dope shots, and you take some mind-blowing shots. I want anywhere from the mediocre to the dope to the mind-blowing. I still want to display that. And this is why I got in the habit of posting series on Instagram. So every 3 images you see me post will all be connected, and it'll be a story, a series. And that's to show my versatility. That's to show my storytelling ability. That's to show that this one image by itself may be mediocre, but the other 2 are dope, and together they tell a mind-blowing story. I want to develop that, and that's not something that I can develop on my, or I don't think I can develop on my portfolio, but it's important for me to have someone go to my professional portfolio and be like, okay, cool, but I need a sense of this guy. And then they can land on my Instagram and go, oh man, he's working. He's out here doing what he needs to do, and vice versa, right? Like, you go look at my Instagram, there's a lot of work there. I have a lot of material. So I don't expect anyone to see any of my work from like 3 months ago, because you'll be scrolling forever. But when you go to my portfolio after visiting my Instagram, there's some of the best of my work that you may have missed. And I quite like that about this 1-2 punch of Instagram. So I wouldn't really get rid of Instagram. It's part of my photography showmanship, and I think a lot of people don't give it credit for that. I don't necessarily want to be Insta famous, but I just want to be renowned for what I do. Like, oh, this guy right here is a solid photographer in XYZ. And so I'll continue to use Instagram, even with the boneheaded things that they continue to do on the platform. A lot of it I don't agree with, but to me, it's still worth it. And I want to know to you guys, are you still on Instagram? Is it still worth it for you to put your time and energy on Instagram? Let me know in the comment section down below. My name is Ramon, and I'm out of here. Peace.